Welcome to Tool Time. It's Tuesday, 7 p.m. Originally, this was going to be a Techie Tuesday at noon because I was not supposed to be in town, but my trip got changed up a little bit, so we're leaving Friday instead, and so here I am, Tool Time on a 7 p.m. And I'm super excited about this tool time, and I can't wait for you to play with these punches. That reminds me, I did want to make sure that they were both still available. The last time I checked, the new tree punch was still available. And I'm super excited about that. And let's see, sunglasses. Okay, good. Whew, you know, I hate to show you things you can't get anymore. And so they're both still available. And we're going to have fun because I'm going to teach you a technique. I have taught it before, but it's always good to be reminded that you know how to do something because we can forget. Oh yeah, we learned how to do that. So we are going to dive right in with the sunglasses punch first. Well, actually, no, first we're going to do some announcements. My brain, I'm still catching up on sleep from the Lakeland retreat to the lake. We had such a great time. The next retreat is to Helen, Georgia. I'm wearing my octopus that is holding all the beer. This is my Helen shirt. Spoke to the hotel today. As soon as one retreat ends, it's dealing with the next one. So I got in my Helen shirt after my run this morning to get all ready for Helen, mentally, so to speak. Won't be doing all the specifics this early, but we will have it in the feed drawing tonight. So make sure you comment. Just say hey in the chat. Tell us where you're from. Just say hi. Tell us if you were in Lakeland this weekend. Hopefully you've caught up on sleep. For the last month, and I've shared before that I'm getting up at 5 in the morning. I read the book The 5 a.m. Club, and so for a month I was getting up, and even through the weekend, and I knew it was going to get hard because I'm usually in the scrapbook room till 11, 12 o'clock at night, and I was still getting up at 5. So Monday morning, I did not get up at 5. I did not get up at 5 this morning either. I decided I need to prioritize sleep. I had 5 nights that were just 4 or 5 hours of sleep because I was still getting up at 5 in the morning. And it all kind of caught up to me. I'm feeling much, much better now. But in the feed drawing, you want to comment and like this feed, like the live, and then comment to be entered. The little bot will take your name, and you'll be entered to win some CM credits tonight. We will do that at the end. Scrapbook Club is this Thursday. Again, I thought I was going to be out of town, but I am not. I will be there. So if you're already registered, and 15 or 16 of you are, then you hopefully got an email the other night that said we're going to meet at McKenna's at 5 to pregame. We're going to have some dinner. We're going to have dinner at McKenna's and then head on over for Scrapbook Club at 6:30. We're usually done by 7:45. You'll be home and in your jammies by 8. So it's real quick. We just do a 2-page spread, but by the end of the year we're going to have 12 2-page spreads. So that's 24 pages. And if you leave them blank, maybe you want to give them as a gift. If you're adding your pictures as you go along, by the end of the year, you're going to have a completed album. So it's not too late for you to join us. You can just do the page of the month, $10. Sign up at DaytonaAreaScrapbooking.com to do that. Techie Tuesday is next Tuesday at noon. I will be doing an Artisan 6 design along, and then our card class in a couple weeks. That's on June 24th. This is what the cards look like. I have designed them all, and I cut and stamp all the pieces and put them in a package in order, and then if you haven't seen it before, on Facebook Live we go through and we make them all together. So these are the cards for June. All right, summer road trip crop is at the end of the month. Friday, June 27th, June 28th. Get your scrappy kicks on Route 66. It is a Route 66 themed crop. We will not actually be driving Route 66, but we will go through all 8 states that Route 66 goes through in the course of the 2 days. So I actually, because I'm just a geek, I've actually driven Route 66. Me and my family did that in 2012. I have an album, but I figured it out. In order to do it, the whole thing, starting Friday at noon and finishing by Saturday, Saturday at 6, we have to go 163 miles an hour. So I plotted it out, 163 miles every hour, like what state we'll be in. We're going to overnight in Oklahoma. When I couldn't sleep one night this weekend, I mapped it all out. So we'll overnight in Oklahoma, and then we'll wake up in Oklahoma just outside Amarillo in the Cadillac Ranch, and then we'll continue on through Texas, New Mexico, Arizona, and California. So we're going to end up in Arizona for lunch. And so we a lot of times have a taco type situation at the crops. They're easy because we can do them gluten-free and whatnot. But anyway, I'll try to change it up. Maybe we'll do taco salad because it's summer. But I think some people do taco salad instead of tacos anyway. Anyway, I've got a couple weeks to figure that out. But we will be eating in New Mexico, and then we will head off. So there will be a class in each state. So we're gonna have a lot of fun. These summer crops are usually lighter attended because people are traveling and whatnot. So I have more table space. Some of the other crops throughout the year are so full that we, especially the fundraisers, we maximize every inch of table to raise money for Cannonballs for Cane and for the veterans, that I don't save any tables out for classes and fun things like that. So we will, I'm excited that we get to do that at these crops. So get ready. If you're attending and you have a shirt from any of the states that Route 66 goes through, if you have like a touristy type shirt, I think it would be fun to wear it. So that's Illinois, Missouri, Oklahoma, Kansas, Texas, Arizona, New Mexico, and California. So if you have a shirt from any of those, even if it's not on Route 66, go ahead and bring it. We're going to bring our favorite road trip snacks, and we'll share that. We'll share some road trip snacks throughout the fun. So anyway, if you're just hopping on, make sure you say hey in the chat so you're entered to win some CM credits. And when we get off, then hop on over to DaytonaAreaScrapbooking.com and register for the summer road trip crop. We're also going to have a beginner class that day. Let's see, where will we be in June? We might be just pulling into Arizona. And at 1 p.m. on Saturday, June 28th. So that'll be fun. If you have friends that want to learn more about scrapbooking, invite them to come and they can do a 2-page spread, kind of like what we do at Scrapbook Club. But it's a Saturday afternoon, so this is a great chance for you to invite some friends that wonder what on earth you do several weekends a year. All right, project recipe, July 1st. Now, this is super fun. If you didn't watch last week, then you might have missed it. But July 17th, which is actually my official Creative Memories anniversary. I signed my Creative Memories contract way back when, on July 17th, 2000. So that's my CM anniversary. We're going to have afternoon tea and cards. It's $35. It includes your choice of the big CM box card kits to make 12 cards, and along with afternoon tea, cookies, cakes. So that's going to be super fun, and that's at Polly's Tea Room at the River Lily Inn. And I'll be wearing my hat. If you have a fun hat to wear, that'll be great. You can also purchase fascinators right there at the tea room. It's super cute. So we're going to have little afternoon tea at Polly's Tea Room on July 17th, and that's at 2 p.m. So it is a daytime. I know that messes up some of you that are working, but if you have it off or you're able to join us in the afternoon, we'd love that. And of course, I've got like 2 spots left for Helen. So if you want to come, now is the time. We are running out of space. I just called the hotel today I mentioned before to confirm how many tables they had, and I know how many I can fit in my car, so I might have to bring a couple with me. But we've got room for a couple more. And I see Linda's on here, and we will be celebrating her birthday while we are there. That's going to be super fun. I love when we get to celebrate one of our Scrappy friends' birthdays while we're at a retreat. And Scrappapalooza, we've got people signing up for that already. That is a 2-day festival of Scrappy fun. It's music themed, so wear your favorite concert or artist shirt. It's our music theme crop, and many thanks if you have subscribed to me on YouTube. I appreciate that. I should also mention I'm so close to 900 followers on Facebook. So if you're here, chances are you follow, and that's how you got a reminder that I was going live. But if you wouldn't mind to share my page, not necessarily this video, but maybe this video, and just say, hey, check to see if you follow Daytona Area Scrapbooking. I would love to hit that 900. That'd be fun. I think we're at 889 right now, and so anyway, it's time for us to create. And don't leave, because this is gonna be so much fun. Oh look, it's my arm. All right, so tonight for tool time, we are playing with the Sunglasses Chain Border Maker cartridge. Is still available, $21.50. And I am going to remind you how to make a ring with the Border Maker and your custom cutting system. This is something I have taught in the past, but we are going to do it again tonight just as a refresher. Like I said, just to remind you that you know how to do this, right? So we're going to start with the Sunglasses Chain. And if you've never done this and you don't have this, the jumbo circle for the custom cutting system, you are going to want to do that. This is your reminder. If the last time I showed this, if you didn't message me right away and say, I need the jumbo circle, you do. I saw people this weekend using the jumbo circle, just as with the CM pens, using just as they would do a pen and then move it a little bit to make a fun wreath just with the pens. All right, so what I'm doing to do a ring with a Border Maker chain cartridge. So this is called a chain cartridge because you are left with these sunglasses just floating, okay? It's a fall away border. That's what I like to call them. I'm centering this as best I can because what is left over you'll be able to use on another page, I promise. So we're going to go around, and there's a certain way to do it. So we're going to go blue blade on the outside. Oh, I was not supposed to move it. Ugh. It's near to impossible to get it back exactly in the right place, but I am going to do my best. And then we want to do red on the inside. So don't move it. Do your blue, then do the red. Okay. Now that those are both done, we can move it. We've got this inside piece, which we can use for something else. And we have this outside piece, which again, you can use on another page. And we have this ring. And this is what we are going to punch, or we're going to punch out. So I am going to again center this, and I'm going to grab a pencil, and we want to mark off the every 45 degrees. Okay, so here the 45 is labeled right on your custom cutting system mat. So we've got 90, 0, and so easy peasy. And I've got these markings all the way around. And I'm going to do it again because, like we have seen so often, putting a black underneath another color really creates a shadow and really helps it to pop. So now we're not going to use this piece. With this technique, we don't use this piece of the border maker system. We are just going to use this outside piece. And you want to mark on it. This is really funny because this weekend at the retreat, Carla was listening to a past live of mine, and we were getting so tickled because, oh, I did a terrible job apparently lining these up. Just listening to myself saying like, oh, just kidding, don't do that. I don't know why these are not lining up. What? Okay. All right. That, I mean, they're all 60s and 90s, so it really should line up regardless. But here we go. 45s. I'm doing the outside. I did the inside, but this is why we're reviewing, because it's been a minute since I've done this, and I marked the inside, and now, in fact, we want to mark the outside. So what you want to do is really eyeball the middle of your punch, and you're going to line up these lines. I'm going to make them a little longer with the middle of your border maker cartridge. So, oh, it's fun to see all of you scrappy friends that were in Lakeland. Can drop a citrus fruit in there. I did a really funny thing. I wish I had thought to do it before Lakeland, but I definitely will share it next year. I asked ChatGPT to turn 7 different citrus into characteristics, like into women, and it was really funny. It was like lime is, like sassy and likes indie music, and oh my goodness, it was really hysterical. Okay, so we're gonna go around, and then you're gonna come back in the in between and match these up. So we're gonna do the 45s first. So here it goes. I did, and so it's gonna look really weird first, and make sure you clear your punch. Like I could see that there was still a piece in there. You want to clear your punch before you go. Well, hello, Alice from Ontario. Good to see you on here. Wish I could get up to see all of my Canadian scrappy friends. I feel like I should have to go up there since you've come down here a couple times to scrap with us. Let's see. So almost done. How many of you watching right now have actually done this technique? Anyone? You can raise your hand in the chat if you have done this technique, or are you just too afraid? It's not hard. It does look harder, I think, than it is, because especially if you're a perfectionist, but this is where we say done is better than perfect. All right, this is nowhere near done, but now we're going to go back and we're going to match up. Let me clear I can see we're going to match up the two ends of the sunglasses as best we can, and we're going to punch, and it works out pretty good. That we always get a little bit that we have to trim away. Some work better than others. But we'll come back around with scissors. There's always like a little notch you have to take out. And sometimes it's just about getting the right angle. And you don't want to carry on until you've cleared that punch. Now I just thought, because this is going to be my shadow underneath, that since it's not, you know what, I think what I'm going to do is cut another ring of the green to go underneath instead. Because as I'm going through this process, I'm thinking there are going to be no two rings alike. So how on earth am I possibly going to match that up enough? Sometimes, and if you've watched before, then you know this about tool time. Sometimes it's just we're learning on the fly here. And what I thought was a great idea might not necessarily work out, but that's what we do in scrapbooking. No, I hope you scrapbook that way. I know we all have enough paper that it's okay if we make a mistake, and sometimes that mistake we just pivot, right? All right, so let me clean up this mess real quick. Get all this stuff out of the way. Oh, good to see you, Karen. You made it home okay? It's another one of our friends that was in Lakeland. And let's see. All right. So now you're going to come around and you're just going to kind of clip off all these little pieces that kind of look like, sometimes they look like little pie pieces, and sometimes you just kind of have to round or like, you know, do your best to connect. Sometimes you can just kind of pluck them off depending. So one of my favorite pages I did this technique with was the starfish page. The starfish, or the sea star border maker chain, is great for this, especially because it repeats. These sunglasses are a little bit trickier, but you can do this with any chain border maker cartridge. So again, if you haven't done this yet, that is your homework, and don't be afraid. But these are the types of things, you know, that I'll be doing and teaching at the summer road trip crop. Okay, so here are the sunglasses. Aren't they adorable? Now, they don't necessarily scream sunglasses right now. They're just, really, let's think about what else they could be. Just in this sort of, they almost could be like, I don't know, coffee beans or something if you don't look too close. But I thought, look at how nice they look on top of this green as far as sunglasses go. So I'm going to do the same exact start to this. So I'm going to put the green on here. This is going to be a super bright page. And we're going to go blue on the outside. I'm hoping that my correct mic is, oh good, okay. find time for me to check that, right? 26 minutes into this, but if you're hopping on, I see a lot of you saying hi. I'm so happy you're here, and I'm glad you're saying hi. That's how you're going to get entered to win some CM credits. All right, and then red on the inside. All right, so I did the exact same thing as I did before, and now I've got a ring to put these sunglasses on. Come on now. So here are the sunglasses on top of the green. And then I thought I got grabbed some of the two-tone blue paper. So this is, I thought these are really fun beach colors. Super beachy. Now this would be a great title page, but we can also take some of these and do either one 4x6 or we can do two 4x6s like that. And this is why you don't get too worked up about your chain not looking super great, because you can use your mats on your photos to kind of cover up any spots that you think look a little funny, so like if so I can go like that, but really nobody is going to look that that closely. And how cute is that page? And we just used our new sunglasses. Let's see, I could do a 4x4 on there too. So you could go title page, or you could just go full scrapbook page, and with a fun what's the word I'm looking for? With a fun border, with a fun ring. Use your custom cutting system and your sunglass chain. So I'm going to add some repositionable tape. I'm going to lock it down now. And then we're going to have some fun with the new tree punch before we go. All right. So this is where I'm moving my mat, because repositionable on the mat, not a good combination. If you've got, one of those silicone mats, that's okay, but I like to just do it on a hard surface and then rub it off like that, or on some scrap paper. All right, so there's our sunglasses, and then now we can I like to kind of tuck under the ring like this, so it kind of goes over it. We'll go like this, and just like that. Maybe I should move them down. Let's move these down. That's why I use the repositionable. Now, repositionable does turn permanent after it sits for a little bit, but it gives you those precious few moments that you need sometimes I'm going to tuck this under, to make adjustments to your page. I just like to do the tuck. And I might have to move it down just a little bit more. Okay. I think we're good now. Or just do this. All right. Okay, one page done. Well, I know you just kind of like you gotta just go with it. But I'm glad you've tried. It's good to have to let things, you know, be a challenge. But it definitely doesn't take long. It's one of those techniques that some people think, oh, that takes too long. But here it is. It's just 30 minutes in, but I really didn't start playing with this. It took about 15 minutes to do this page, and we played with the sunglass chain. And now we are going to pivot over to the tree. Now, what I thought it would be fun to do is to use one of these little pieces and use our tree border. Now, before I do that, let me show you just the basics of this. Oh, gosh, I got stuff everywhere. What else is new? Got stuff on a unique border maker punch, because there's not many, I would say, that are knockout style. So, and what is this, the same color ish? It's all right. I want to get different greens here, and I don't know why I'm hiding. So this is Parakeet Shimmer. That looks too close. All right, so if you aren't using Power Project folders for your scraps, you're missing out on something really important in your life. These little Power Project are so great. I put the bigger square chunks in the front like this, and then all of the big sheets go in the middle, and then all of the strips that you save for a rainy day go in the back. And you can see I have lots and lots of green. Alice, you can use any chain. So the technique is slightly different if you have a border maker chain. You actually, on the big jumbo, you start out on red on the outside and blue on the inside, but it'll work on any of these chain. So if the border maker cartridge falls away, so it's not attached to the paper in any way, then you can do the technique that I just showed you. And now I'm just kind of pulling some different greens so that I can show you another fun technique. Okay, so I've got 3 different colors of greens. Let's get a couple more. And because I'm going to make another wreath, but we're going to do it a very different way, because first I want to show you what this punch can do. So this is a knockout border maker punch. So it's not a border maker cartridge, it's a standalone punch, and it's a knockout because it knocks the pieces out of the page. So you don't get a traditional border like we did with this, like you do with the sunglasses. All right, so it works the same way. We're gonna start, really, you can start anywhere in between these lines, but to get a full tree, you want to go to the edge, and then you're gonna slide out until these shapes overlap each other, and then you're going to punch again, and you're going to keep punching. So what I love, there's a couple things I love about this Border Maker cartridge. I mean, it's not a cartridge, Border Maker. Oh, why can't I talk? And hold, please. One more punch. Although they're gonna be little half trees. Okay. So let me get some different color paper. How cute is this for a border? Just like that. Adorable. I would say so. But now, because it's a knockout, look at all of your tree punch poop. So that's what we adoringly call, because it's a knockout, you're going to get all these little trees. And so what I thought would be fun would be to add these trees around the scrap circle of our last one, right? So we can make like a wreath. You could do them in little clusters. You don't have to cover the whole thing. But I thought it would be great to, it doesn't like that white. So I'm just throwing that in there to trick the camera, because it doesn't like all that white. All right. So how cute is that? So you can use this border punch just like this, slice it with your trimmer, which I have handy somewhere around here. You can leave it, or you can just trim this off. And here's your border. Boom. Super cute border. Or use all the little trees that fall out. And if you're doing like I don't know, an album from the mountains or something, then you're, this is kind of like a two for punch, because you can go borders, and then you just take your leftovers and, or what gets punched out, and use that for the and even those little half trees, because we're going to kind of layer them. So now we'll just chat while I punch a million little trees. This would be good if I had, done this earlier. Then it could have been like a kitchen show. And I've been like, and here is the completed page. But I'm going to take you all along on this ride, because I'm going to show you. I'm going to stick these down. I don't know exactly how many trees we need, but don't you love, I love going to the mountains and seeing like the patchwork, all of the different colors. This would also be, of course, these are like evergreen pine trees, so they're not really going to change. But I was saying, I was going to say something silly. I will refrain. I was going to say you could do them in different colors for the fall, but you really could. Why not? Why? I mean, it's your art. So let me get some. I'm not going to put this back in here, though I could. We could also do like this and just kind of go around with the trees this way. But I kind of like the bigger one on the outside. Let me just find some
tape here. So I'm going to tape this down with some regular tape runner. And I promise we'll be done on time because I am just going to throw some repositionable, not that one. I always do that. Okay. I'm going to go with some repositionable around this whole circle since I'm going to put trees. Instead of applying the adhesive to the individual trees, which can get a little, time consuming, I am just putting the adhesive around, and I'm just putting this black here to trick the camera so you can see. All right, so now I can go back in and I can just start randomly placing these trees, and I do kind of want them to be random, so I'm just kind of, and I because I don't really know, I just don't want the same colors to be next to each other, but we're just gonna very quickly go around this circle. Like I said, I don't know how many trees it's gonna take to do this. Oh, this is a little half one, so we can use that and like tuck it behind. Now that one I might need to come, okay, the little half ones I'm going to put over there because I'm going to have to probably load them up with some adhesive. Alright, so that little corner's done. They're little groves of trees. Just little happy trees, like Bob Ross used to have. I need some light. Oh, that's another half. Another half. These are all, I'm down to the halves. I need to cut some more trees. You can see how easy it is to punch with this. It's a very nice border maker. I would say we're about half done. And I seem to have more of this color. I guess because I did this shirt, although it is slightly different. All right, let me blast through the other side of these real quick, and then I think that'll be good. So again, you want to line that first one up right with the edge so that you get a full tree right from the get-go. And just because I grabbed these chunks, that's why we're getting these little half trees. But this will be perfect for any mountain pictures. Oh, in fact, I do have mountains on the brain. Brendan and I, my husband and I, were headed to Bend this weekend for a half marathon. We're running a half marathon in Bend, Oregon. So, I think that this page will be great for a terrible running race picture that one of the race photographers will likely get of me. During the Honolulu Marathon, Brendan's pictures were so funny because he was like sending videos to our family, and like as he was coming across the finish line. So his finish line pictures, like he has a camera in front of his face, so he doesn't have finish line pictures from the Honolulu Marathon. God bless, they were so funny. All right, so It's not like this dries, but there, I just noticed there were some spots. All right, so now let me throw down these little guys. And then we're ready to go. That's a half. I'm saving all these little halves. Little half trees, which is only because, again, I'm doing like I'm using scraps. Let's see if I can tuck this. Maybe I just need a smaller one. Oh, that's the same color. Work with me, trees. Okay. If our friends from Canada are still on, let's see, they can do this page. They got some trees. Even us Floridians have some. I'm gonna throw some repositionable on here just so that it fits. All right, so we're almost done with that. We're moving right along. We got all these little half pieces here. That's the same color. It's no good. I suppose I can have them come off the paper too. Why not? And then I'll just come trim it off the bottom. That works for me. Wait, let me use these little half ones. It's a perfect way to use them. I'm kind of working from both sides simultaneously, as you can see. I love the way this looks. Put a big tall one there. And I see that the Just Birthday Girl hopped on here. Carrie and Lori. Good to see everybody on here. And thanks for saying hi. That way you are entered to win some scrap bucks. Let me see. No, that's the same color. Where the hardest part is making sure you don't use the same color on top of each other. Again, not that it really matters. I'm gonna use this one. No. I need it shorter. Okay. And remember, this black part, although you could really leave it in there, but it's just there to trick the camera. Look at how beautiful that looks. I love it. You saw how, I think you can see the camera switch too. Okay, I need to do a couple more of these. So I'm going to slice off these. If you don't have this one, you know what? I checked the sunglasses one. I'll be really sad if this is no longer available, because this is one for sure that I thought was going to sell out fast. I was kind of surprised. Well, of course, it just came out a week ago. I hope it lasts longer than a week. But if you don't have this one, if you got that bundle, that was people were all over that Deeper in the Woods bundle, and at the retreat this weekend, people really liked that Deeper in the Woods bundle. So definitely want to get this tree bunch. It's hard to see when you're using a tiny little piece where you're starting. Okay. All right. I think this will be the last. I think we're almost done, and we're almost out of time, so that's perfect. Oh, those are some little baby tops. Some little tiny tree tops. Oh, this is such a nice punch. Okay. All right, now for real. I think I have enough trees. I've certainly given this tree punch. I don't think I put any up here. Oh, I probably rubbed it off with the trimmer. That's probably what happened. I did give this tree punch a workout. And I guess I'll do the same thing that I did down at the bottom. We can kind of cut off the tops if they go over. I can just drop them down a little bit too. Oh, I wish I had some more of this light color. This light color is a nice, it's a nice light color. Ay, ay, ay. Sometimes I worry. Let's get all that trash out of the way. No need for that. Let's finish up this little corner over here. It's like doing a puzzle. We can, oh, thanks. Yeah, well, Nancy, you could use this page. You need to do this page too. I bet you got lots of woods pictures. I hate to cut off any of these tops. They're so I think I'm gonna drop them down. But these are some of the little pieces. And thank you for saying that, Nancy. I think it looks amazing too. Oh, so close. Where's the other green? I might need to do some more of this bright green here. I need some more trees. More trees, please. Okay. I think now we have enough. And thankfully I have the repositionable because I might have to switch some things around and pop in these brighter greens here. I do hate to cut them off. So close. What do you think? Is it not good to cut them off or okay to cut them off? Almost done. I might need to swap around some colors here. I need to swap this one. Maybe for this one over here. Look at all those trees. I want to fill in that little piece. Okay, what happened to you down here? All right. Any other holes to fill in here? Wow. Now I can just come over like this and chop these off. I hate to cut off the tops of these trees. And I don't know. Now that I cut them off, I'm sort of wishing that I didn't. What do you think? Should have moved them all down? I just feel like they would have taken up a lot. Now I can just kind of rub off the excess any of the excess repositionable tape. And now if I go back and add any others around to kind of fill in holes, I can add some. Oh yeah, Lori, you're gonna have some great pages with this tree punch too. Even just a little stand of trees down in the corner of a page, I think would be so pretty. I don't know. I think these trees are just really they're really fun and delicate. I suppose I could have just left the top even just open. You know, you could, if you don't want to cut off the tops, we could just do a title like that. But, and maybe I'll like that better now that we all just watched me punch that. I don't love how that looks. And again, this is a commercial for repositionable tape because I can just rub that off. And if you're using the regular tape, you know that this would be impossible. But I kind of like the thought of putting. They're like, good gracious, we just watched her put all those trees on there. Now she's taking them off. Kind of reminds me of the moon. We have strawberry moon tonight. Full moon. No wonder I'm so crazy. Cutting trees and taking trees. But it is really nice to be able to just kind of change your mind like that. What do you think? Do a title like that? Bend. Since I've already decided, oh, this would make a cute page for the half. Okay. We do like it better with those off, and use it as a title. Oh well, I will have to add those titles, but I think that'll do it for that page. Of course, we could also just add, where'd they go? There they are. We could also add a picture right at the top. It's the white on white, so it's hard to tell. But I think that'll do it for tonight. What do you think? Let's not apply that on top of our paper. No, let's not do that. My trees are crooked. Now I have a spot there. It needs to be filled. You can get a little crazy with these trees. All right. I think we're done with the trees. Oh, good. Yeah, Alice, that's good. Or actually, even just intermittently. But yeah, some pine cones would be good at the top. I think probably I'll do, you know, bend. I'll do it in the cricket. But that is the newest tree punch. So, I want to make sure that it is still available. It is. Woo! All right, so $29. Evergreen trees, border punch, still available on the CM website. And the other tree punch that we have right now, that, you know, Creative Memories has been doing, where when they release a collection, any other punches that you might want to go along with it are on sale. So the other tree punch is on sale right now, so you could take advantage of that. So I hope you've had fun watching tonight. Thanks everyone for being on here. I am going to do our giveaway. Let me get that dialed in here really quick. And she says, with confidence. Okay. And let's get our comments. All right, let's go ahead and share this page. And we will see who our lucky winner is, and hopefully they are on tonight. Shirley, are you still on? Shirley was there this weekend, but we have to be on to win, and hopefully she is. We'll wait for her to chime in and let us know if she's here. If I can find it on Facebook Live. Oops. Let's see. Oh, but yes, great Christmas pages, Cindy. It's going to be super fun to make some Christmas pages. So, what do you think? Shirley, are you on? I don't want to move. I don't want to pick a new one. Want to wait for Shirley. So fun to see so many of you that were at Lakeland on here tonight. What a fun time we had. And I can't wait. I did learn after the fact. I guess we're going to have to draw a new winner. I don't see Shirley on here, so don't leave. Don't leave. We're going to pick another winner. But there's a museum, like a Florida Citrus Museum. So next year, I want to do that. Stacy's still on. Hopefully she is. Chime in there, Stacy. If you're still watching. Don't leave, everyone. Tonight's one of those nights. I see many of you on there, I guess, but don't leave, because if Stacy's not here, we're going to draw again. Hopefully she's on. I know there's a little bit of a delay. We want to give everyone opportunity to chime in. No? Okay. Trying again. I'm going to say 3, 2, 1, and no Stacy. All right, pick another winner. Shelby, are you still on? I know you were on way back at the beginning. Are you still on? It's like Bueller. Sometimes it's right away, we pick a name and someone's there. Sometimes we have to keep hunting for our winner. If you know them, tell them, get back on. You won. Chime in. Yay! All right, Shelby, I think I know what you want to do with your 10 CM credits. And hopefully I'll see you Thursday. So I'll wait till I see you on Thursday. And if you want an extra kit for Thursday night, you can have that, or I can send it to you with CM credits so that you can get yourself a tree punch if you want one. You can let me know. Just shoot me a text, or you can tell me Thursday. Well, thank you so much, everyone, for being on here. It's crazy for a second there. Appreciate you watching. We went a little bit over. Took us a while to find our winner. Congratulations, Shelby. Thanks, everyone, for watching. Hope you got some fun ideas. Grab that jumbo circle template if you don't have it, and a blue and a red and a green blade and a new mat, and the Evergreen punch and the sunglass chain border maker cartridge. Get all the things. Why not? You deserve it. All right. Until I see you again, my friends, and maybe in Helen. Maybe that's the next time I see you. I don't know. But we've got our road trip crop in June. So if you missed the announcements at the beginning, go watch that. If you watched it, now is your time to go sign up for the summer road trip crop and Scrapapalooza. And I'll see you all next Tuesday. Or Thursday if you're doing Scrapbook Club. But whenever I see you, stay scrappy, and until I see you again.